happens, it's over, and we know it's over. You can't sit back and let them do what they're going to do. So we got the CT pistol round underway. Can MIBR get started on the right foot here? Can they shake off the nerves? Gonna be a vent drop almost certainly. Play coming through. Good damage being done. Tizian takes the brunt of it. Do they get into the vent? Well, they're trying to make their way on. And yes, they will. 4 players down. There is going to be a player to try and hold them off. It's Danoko. Bomb's going to be planted. He took some damage, but he found Tizian in turn. So this is a decent retake opportunity, especially as Danoko does more damage. He's looking for them all. And they are going to start finding them. Big, faltering, falling away. Not getting much of anything here. And at this point, seriously, they're trying to defend from the defuse, but Danoko, no mercy. And Bulls will finish off the last. A defuse and a 3K for the new addition to the squad, and that's what you love to see here, Dean.
The nuke secret they've been holding the entire time is that the Noko's just nuts on the map apparently. That was a crisp little 3K and exactly how MIBR need to be kicking this map off. A good start here on their CT side. If they overcome this force by now, then it should be a 3-0 start, and already at that point that's really better than they were ever able to get going on Dust 2. So we'll see if they're able to ensure here that they don't lose too much, let alone win the round. We also don't want to see them losing a lot of weaponry.
Certainly.
It is the force, though. These 2 Galils, a scout for Sirison. Sirison with that scout, man, he's had some ridiculous rounds throughout the games that I've been able to cover him in. So I'm a little bit worried right now. He is going to be taking it towards outside as well.
This is a bit risky for Big. Yell, he's going to exploit to get a kill. No, doesn't get the kill just yet. He can't stay there. Oh, after the first phase, as soon as you don't get that, you got to just back right off. Yes, Tabson will get traded, but there's Searson for 1 more. Now there's a gun dropped in Garage they could even potentially get to, but with Keto being so low, he might just stick to the Deagle instead. Ooh, that was a bit of a misplay from Yell. After he doesn't get the initial, he sticks around just a little bit too long. Smoke fades, and he gets caught with his pants down. Danoko apparently is just going to have responsibility here for the lower side. It's a tough position to play, but he was up for it in the pistol. And he might have to do it again. But no, they've taken control outside. They could work their way into heaven. If they do, it's a free bomb site. There is no one here to deal with them. Instead, they were working their way all through ramp and now back into hell. And that's just bolts that they have to contend with. They've taken heaven. If he comes back up the ladder, what's he going to do? He's actually gotten outside. He might catch them before they get in. There's one. Not quite the second, but damage done and information gained. How do they respond to this now? What's the answer? CSGO is really the only player in position to be able to do something about it, and Molly's going to prevent him from having any room to rumble. He'll work his way back in towards the squeaky door, but it's not open, so we'll have to give an audio cue to get through this as well. Below the ladder. Watching from hell. That's a good kill on the Searson. Brings it into a 2v2. This is possible. SHZ doing the work, but it's down to Tizian. Tizian knows where the last player is now. He certainly knows. He knows where he's spotted. He's out of bullets. I have to go to the sidearm. Doesn't want to take the time for the reload. Both players low, just trying to buy time. Is Tizian. He wants to get it with the pistol, but no, he cannot. Sidearm on sidearm. Danoko takes it, and he's got the kit, so no concerns on the defuse. That one got so very close, Dean. The rookie secures it.
Yeah. Right down to the wire. It looked like the Noko was very, very scared at first, trying to put his head down to avoid the bullets, and then he realizes, hang on, is he shooting a Glock at me? So yeah, just takes out the USB and, well, goes ahead and finishes off in the one-on-one, but it's way too close for MIBR. I said we wanted to see a clean round from them, build up some confidence, build up some economy, 2 things they never had on the previous map. And, well, yeah, they don't really manage the economy nor the confidence, I wouldn't say, with it coming down to such a close one. And, well, it's Big who actually decide to continue buying because they know they've kept MIBR on the brink of an instant break if they could just win that 1 round. And yeah, a little bit of a limitation in the buy. It is mostly just the 1 MP9. It's the nades then that they're lacking. And, well, False, he's lacking a head at the moment because Sirison on the scout, he didn't give us the headshot last round, but he gives it to us now. Oh,
he's a madman. He ran through the gap between the Molotovs, found the spot, and then plucks the player in towards heaven. A trade kill's so important here for Cello, but Tabson's already worked his way into heaven. What are you going to do about this? He's destroyed 1 player. The next is down the vents. You can't really come out comfortably with no one to assist you. And at some point, Big are going to realize this and take the site. There is no one here to hold it. They've gone down. They have to go back out secret all the way back through from Trophy to control lobby. And here we go. Zanteras has brought the bomb. The numbers are going to be punched in, and control is established. Fight even going on outside. Tabson maybe sitting around a bit too long, and Searson wanting more. Brings it to a 2v2. This is recoverable for MIBR. Cello is slow to do it, though. Get some pace on. They don't have the time for this, and he's lost Yell now, so he doesn't have a teammate to play off of. Good clear from Keto with control back in towards the lobby. This should now be relatively impossible. No smoke to cover off the bomb. There is a molly for Big as well. Take the fight towards Big. He gets the first, but he doesn't catch the second in the same position. Still, the kill doesn't realize. Antares eventually zeroes him in. Recovers the AK and recovers the round. It gets so close, though.
Oh yeah, that got a bit dodgy there. It looked like Xantar should have had the drop on him a bit quicker. But the main thing is that he does indeed manage to come out on top of it and, well, allow Big to have their first round. That first gun round in general goes, well, sorry, not the first gun round. There was another force buy even that goes the way of Big. And now it's MIBR who are left with a terrible force buy of their own. After only living with one player in the round before as well, they had no money left. A few Deagles, a CZ, an MP9, and in terms of the nades, it's one smoke and one flash. And already Big, because of the lack of nades, which they knew would be in place for MIBR, they've got that one player down into secret. And they've already got an opening frag there from Keto. So, yeah, set up pretty well in the opening moments of this round for Xantares to be a nuisance and, well, for the ability if they want to split down towards B whenever. They don't really need to rush it at the moment. There's plenty of time and, well, you don't really want to be getting caught off guard by those pistols if you're in a rush.
I really do love how many of Big's setups are designed around letting Xantares do his thing on a section of the map. Because he's really good at it, is the obvious answer. But we see it from him all the time. It's like, all right, Xantares, you're going to take lower and then just be a nuisance. And we'll decide if we need to come down based on what you see, based on what you kill, based on what you find. Do this on multiple maps, and it's so effective. Kills coming in left, right, and center. Tizian and Tabzin have taken upstairs, so Xantares wasn't really ultimately needed. He's going to kill Keto?
What was that?
How low was Keto?
I don't
Did he just panic and shoot his teammate? He certainly took his gun.
I think so, yeah.
No one was near them.
And then took his AK.
Did they just decide that he wasn't going to make it through the round?
I think
so
Xantares just wanted the gun.
I don't think you can't do that. It's not allowed. What? What happened?
Yeah,
I need a replay of that. Can we do a replay of that?
I would imagine not without someone who was on a delay. I don't think we have that here for the B stream, sadly.
We do, I believe, have the delay, but I'm not sure exactly how that would work.
Oh, do we?
It'd be lovely to see it if we could. I don't know what the hell just happened there. Whatever it is, they're going to win the round.
I'd love to catch that again.
Xantares, what were you doing?
I don't know.
You definitely can't fault the observer for not catching that one. There's no way he could have expected it. That was ridiculous. Okay. All right.
Miscommunication. No, this is just the
These were really
good
nice.
entries, though. Yeah, nice control. Nice and tight push as well. They were in positions where even if those pistols did manage to catch the first player going out, they would be ready for the trades. Oh, look at this, though, from Cello. He wants to push up on the outside, and is actually kind of sticking around. It works out. All right, takes out Tabson. Maybe a second to come, but no. Tizian flying down. Manages to somehow get the kill there. Mid-air with a Galil. Why not? Bit my tongue a little bit while I was saying that one. Tizian's name apparently is too much for me to handle. But yeah, a little bit of a dink done as well, so these pistols can cause some more damage.
Yeah, it's not terrible. 50 as well. They do have the possibility for this to get dangerous. Taking long-range engagements over time against pistols outside, well, this is not respect being shown for Big, and they're being punished for it. Look at the health. It's getting so very low. This round is recoverable for MIBR, and it should never have been one that they even had a thought of being in, so not a great look for Big. There's 2 guns outside, I believe. I don't think those were tossed away either. They're going to be concerned with winning the round, but for MIBR, this is a feast now. Tanoco gets himself a rifle. There might be a second one available, and they're going to press in. They want to win this round, and they have a very good shot at doing so. Bomb's going towards lower. Making a lot of noise in doing so. It should be planted. That I don't think can be denied. It's on the 1 high HP player as well. So he can bear, could have borne a nade if it came through. There's no investment. Not an option. First kill found, but it's Tanoco with the rifle that's really interesting here. He's making his way into control rooms. Xantares has dealt with him.
Nope.
That was important. Now it's just a couple of pistols. And while the players are low, they don't fancy their chances. Running out of time to do so. Trying to back away. Won't be able to do that. And Bolts is the last survivor. So Big, really rocky start to the round, Dean, but they recover.
Yeah, it's not too big of a deal that they do lose the 2 players either. Their money hasn't built up a lot, obviously, since it's only been a couple of rounds, but they've got some of the reserve there after they drop over a couple of weapons. Keto will probably just buy for himself. Tabson, I would imagine, will be given the AK, probably from Sirison, so he can just go straight onto the op as well. We are going to see a pause coming through. It is from Big. Maybe they're not as happy about losing those 2 players as I was kind of alluding to. I didn't think they'd be happy, but I didn't think it was going to put too much of a kind of stop to their confidence. To pause either way, so wanting to have a bit of a discussion, probably more so just because they know this first gun round, or the first true gun round here at least, is obviously a very important one. And there's not going to be an op on the side of MIBR to compete up against Sirison, which is unfortunate. And again, a lack of nades, no kit yet, unless Denoco goes for one, and no, he gets those extra few nades that they also do very much need, so you can't really blame him.
I want to see where Sirison goes. That's all I want to watch. What's he gonna do? Should be getting the cam early on. Outside play. Looks like he wants to check this aggression. No one's going to give him the fight, though. Yell is so far back. The deep smoke suggests they might be getting forward, but that's not going to happen. Trying to cover off if they go into garage. If they do, dead man. Sirison is patrolling out here. So that's not going to happen for now. Bolts burned down low. He's on top of the hut, so he will survive for now, but not much health. 26 points of it. It's a bit concerning. Got that op to patrol outside. That means a lot of responsibility is now going to be on to Denoco as he has to lock down. But taking the mini control, now they've got it. They can wrap in towards heaven. They've got a player up on mini. Yell will catch that as Tabson tries to do the hop around, avoid mini entirely. Press in towards outside as well. They can go down lower. Denoco being dead. They know he's the player with responsibility primarily here. Cello was in the sight though. Cello takes one, no more. And an op pick outside. That should just about secure this round. Bomb's going down. There is a player in the vents. There's a player back in lobby. SHZ cannot count on his teammate to get near him fast enough to help out with this. And actually, Bolts doesn't seem like he's coming back. He wants to punish Sirison, but Sirson's no longer close at hand. This is a save. At least for one of them.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be. Yeah, obviously, Bolts is already... backed away. I think we have SHZ over in secret at the moment, so I think both should actually be okay to carry those weapons over. But yeah, great work again from Big. They left Sirison looking so late on outside as well. Yell, I think, went to trade out to one of the weapons that was dropped behind the blue box, rather. And yeah, as soon as he drops his own gun, ends up just getting shot by Sirison, who was miles behind as the bomb was going down on B. Yeah, 4-2. We have Big now sitting with double the opponent of the scoreline of their opponents, rather, of MIBR. And again, already up by 1 map. We know it says playing Dust 2 on the side, but unless I'm going crazy, I do know this is Nuke and can confirm that for you guys. Yeah. Also, this was picked by Big. Yeah, at least the radars. Right? It'd be confusing if we still had the Dust 2 radar.
That would be really confusing, but the dots were still in the place for Nuke. We could do like a heat map and it would track out the Nuke map. That'd be an interesting one.
Oh god. It's confusing enough with the lower levels. This one's not too bad. It's Vertigo that was throwing us off earlier a bit.
Yeah, the Vertigo map still confuses me. Nuke's easy. Nuke's ingrained in my brain. Yeah. Vertigo, just the lines don't match up naturally. Just keeps wrinkling it. This is an interesting one. I do like the 2 rifles that were saved through. You got something to work with here with the CZs. It's not an easy round by any measure for Big, and they are giving it a lot more respect. They're just now starting to clear outside. It's Cello who would be ready to hold for them. He's presumably just going to play around the boxes here, try and catch somebody if they do get aggressive in towards heaven. And we've seen Big do that a lot, to be fair. Is he really going to try the shot with the CZ? No, he's going to creep forward. They're working 2 players in towards secret. He might want to go for the wrap. Makes the vent play instead. They're ready for the lower nade. There's only 2 players. The remaining 3 are coming in through ramp. But they do want to be in position to deal with this, and I don't know whether those players were heard, but Sirson's going back to check the flank. Something is up here. Big has bailed out of their initial phase. Cello's paid up with the CZ. Damage, but no kill.
Yeah, I was going to say damage that could be capitalized on, though, by his teammates. Unfortunately, that has not been the case so far. So those M4s already back towards the bomb site going down. Keto catching Denoco, I think, making his way up towards heaven there, I believe. And with that, we should again see the bomb going down. It could have got a little bit closer. A couple of kills coming in could have actually delayed that bomb, maybe dropped it in a position where an extra few seconds would be wasted trying to recover it, and perhaps then time would have been an issue. But no, Big, they handled it well. No, they were against the weaker buy as well. Just let that time run down a little bit and let the pressure kind of fester for MIBR until they eventually hit that bomb site. But yeah, a clean one. They're going to live with 5 players. It's obviously not quite to the same extent, quite as clean to the same extent as what we were seeing in the early rounds of Dust 2, but they are still bringing up, building up quite a fantastic economy. It's only Keto and Tabson who don't have really anything in the bank at the moment, and obviously that will build up after this round ends. And there's even a kill for Tabson towards Yell, so I was about to say at most one M4 being carried over, but even then Tabson denies it. So nothing for MIBR to be salvaged, and yeah, Big continuing on track for a 2-0 at the moment.
Feeling comfortable on their T side. MIBR, though, they'll have the rifle here. They'll have the AWP. What do we got? Oh, we got a Dust 2 highlight from Tab. This is Vagner's chasing the anti-ecos, or the ecos. Tasty ecos. Got all the way back here on the flank. Now we got some vicious play. Entries here. Slow-mo now. Alright, back into it.
Producer flexing now.
I like it. I like the slow motion. My favorite is when they can slow motion a moment and just play it backwards and forwards. That's a solid one. Yell with the AWP, I want to see impact from. That's what I think we need. We need somebody who can contend with Searson. Somebody who can slow down the outside control. Something here. Where are they going to put him? Presumably outside. Yes, indeed, he's going to go for it. Maybe a little bit more aggressive this time. Yes. That's what they're doing. Never mind. They were taking the squeaky door fight, and SHZ catches the brunt of the first bullet. Dropped as Searson went hunting. Now they're already down a player. The squeaky door pop comes through. The op shot follows it, and boom. SHZ's on the bench.
Yeah, and Yell had been hoping for the fight outside, clearly, and when he eventually does leave, that's when Searson moves up towards the silo as well with his op. Let's see, Yell. There's players crossing. He might get vision in just a second, but no, doesn't manage to connect the shot right there. It looked like it was on the shoulder, but and just about missing. Xantares hits one bullet towards Yell, and that's going to force him to play this outside position just that bit more passive. He hadn't even realized that 2 players had already crossed over, so they do have themselves the control down in lower already with the ability, I would imagine, now to probably go back and try and split it into ramp. Although I believe that's a smoke being set up towards the upper bomb site, even right there. So maybe that's a little bit of a fake. We'll see now in a moment.
They've got options. I mean, they still have presence in towards the squeaky door with Searson. And now they're coming back up. They're coming in towards control. So yeah, they're going to hit A. That is the read. There's 2 players here to see them. Let's see how the fight goes. Utility sails over. Connections being made. Xantares winds up with both kills. He loses 2 teammates in turn, but hey, that's an exchange rate to find with. There's still a player on site. This is Cello. He's in the smoke. They don't know. They don't know he's going to get that kill for me. Xantares tries the 360 turn, but Tizian hopping back through that PvP kill will make it happen. And Tizian confirms the last. That got weird. That got wild. A bold attempt from Cello, but Tizian wasn't having any of that.
Not too bad on the hold either. It was Xantares who had to come through with those trades, but unfortunately for MIBR, they do fall short. They're not able to make it happen. It's a little bit of a closer one overall, but even then, not quite enough. 6-2, Big. This is already a decent T side. Even if MIBR are somehow able to turn things around drastically and come back up towards 9, which isn't very likely considering this is just a half by right now. More than likely, Big up towards 7, and yeah, MIBR, their goal then would be to try and come out with those 6 remaining rounds. Oh, did Yell just get wallbanged? For 2 damage, I think. But I think that was up from... Was that through the door or was it up from silo, I think?
It was from the ceiling. Yeah, he got spammed through the ceiling. That's what I thought. Mini, I believe. Just a little tickle damage. We've seen some interesting things. There's still a few left in Nuke. None as they used to be, but I think we saw a player spamming the roof from low of sight in a round where they were saving just to hope that a deagle shot would land on a player. Or the ceiling, I guess. It's not a roof if it's the floor of a different floor. Is every floor just a ceiling for something else? Tanoko? Shower thoughts. Going for a shot here. This player's wrapping around in ramper. They've already got control towards hell. This is going to be really tough for him. Tanoko, though. Going for a Pico when Santeras has found him. I had hope. My hope was misplaced.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. It was just the timing allowing for Zenthers to creep by. SHZ in the meantime, they kill up on A and pushed them down towards B, but Cello makes it look easy with those kills towards Keto and Sirison. I was about to say it's not going too well elsewhere though, as a couple of frags had been recovered, but with the trade towards Tabson, suddenly Xanthar is left alone and heavily tagged up. This is easily the best position MIBR have been in a few rounds. I thought for a second maybe that jump up there was actually going to work out, kind of the drop down as a bit of a fake perhaps, that he was still going up, but no, the double doors unfortunately were open. So it was an easy catch for Yell moving down. And there we go, MIBR, they've broken their way back in. They've got around after what had been a 6-round win streak for Big as well. And they do it with the pistols. I mean, good for the fact that it boosts up their economy a lot, but bad that we still haven't seen them win a gun round.
Also, Tizian somehow has 15k. Not quite sure how he had gotten to that. The rest, I mean, I knew they built up some bank. He had 15k before this round of purchasing. I don't quite know how he got to that point. Keeping track of his finances, but holy cow. Still, MIBR, they'll take it. By hook or by crook, they need something to get them back into it. If it's Cello's late and does it, hey, that works. Gives you some momentum coming through now. Let's see what Big do to him. Want to go fast. Vent droppers this number play. Up the play it is, and this time SHZ gets the better of them. Been having trouble with that fight, but this one works out. SHZ dropped, and another to follow. It's Cello out. 3 kills in total. Some damage done on towards Big, but I don't know that they can risk going for this. MIBR, they have some financial flexibility here, but nothing they can withstand throwing guns away, and they're already backing off. They're done with it. They're falling off. They're giving up the Heaven Angle. They're going to work their way back into spawn, and they're going to save.
Yeah, what an effort. Xanthars, Keto, and Tabson all popping off with the entries, and as you said, saving is really the only option. When you have 2 players who aren't going to be able to buy in the next round, when you have the Noko who wouldn't be able to buy for himself if he was to die, it is the only thing that they can go for. Salvage together another investment and hope to fight back in immediately once again. But it's not looking too likely. Sirison's going to even take out Yell, as he seemed to be hanging around a little bit. Was that back towards the spawn? He's peeking in from here. Denoco getting that first kill. Good damage on Sirison as well, who probably does have a reface with the oppo. Jason, this Denoco wants that weapon, but no. Sirison out of there. Has no intention of giving away that big green gun, and yeah, he will not in the end. Obviously, that allows Denoco to save his own weapon, but yeah, I mean, it's better to leave him with the M4 than give him an op.
Little game of cat and mouse there. Little dance of death. That one save gun does mean that MIBR are going to be able to get a very good buy put together here. There would have been limitations otherwise. But they're running out of rounds in this first half. It's not quite as dominant. I mean, I guess if they only wind up with 3, it will have been as dominant as the first. But still, considering this is T-side of Nuke, Big are having a very good day. And a very good map as well. And MIBR need to get a few more on the board.
I'd agree with the rounds, though, not being as dominant in terms of the actual round themselves.
Sure,
Yeah, we've seen, sure, as we said, the first 8 rounds of Dust 2, I think MIBR only had like 5 or 6 kills. So it's certainly a lot better than that, but they still need to give us a little bit more if we want them to start contending for this map, and in turn contending for a chance to bring us towards map number 3 as well, to maybe even take the victory. The Noko already rotating down towards the lower side alongside SHZ. And they're going to have pretty much everyone right now. Actually, it is everyone for Big moving in through Secret. Are they going to be able to put in a hold? Unfortunately, no nades that could do damage, but there is that smoke and, well, a pretty decent timing to put it down.
SHZ is going to be tested here. The players are making it. He seems to be ready to receive them. Going to do a bunch of damage back off in towards the site, trying to find his way through. Trying to find the space, and here comes the hit. The double doors open and then promptly close. Now he has support as well on the phone with Denoco. We do have a molly to play with. Careful about that balcony spam. The catwalk spam can be done for next. Actually, Denoco who gets found first. Searson opens the doors on Terra's, now follows it up, and this is rough. Bomb down. This is a save? This might be a save. It's a 3-on-5 retake. They're not fancying their chances early on with hesitancy. trying to spam to see if they can get a lucky kill, but if that's not given over to them, and indeed it will not be, they're backing right on out of here. MIBR, they need to give themselves more chances to get these rounds. That's just not what it's about. So big secure round 8. MIBR locked out of this one. And just as we were giving them props for being more competitive in the rounds of this game, Big come in with a shutdown on the lower site.
Are they going to be able to save over the weapons this time is the question. Yell would love to have this up in the next round, but it's going to be a tough one to hang on to. What are they doing? Are they run boosting? They're going up above. It's not going to be expected. It's even as busy as they didn't need to, apparently. Bolt comes through a 1 and a second. There we go. That was risky to stick around trying to get those frags. He needs his gun way more than anyone on Big does. But he hangs on tight, and, well, what do they do now? Because he could only drop the 1 rifle. The rest of the players then, other than Shello, who could scrape out an M4 and body armor, are unfortunately a little bit too short to be able to get that full buy. And they're already down 8-3.
Yeah.
It's such a
This is already more rounds than you want to be giving up here. The timeout comes in at a critical juncture. This is where you need to put your foot down. I think they buy around this. I think they invest, and I think they say, all right, we got to start running rounds. And they're going to do so. They are going to bring some guns into play. Actually keep their money above 2K, so it's not bad. You can get an MP9 up there. There was some extra capital to play with. You can get some armed pistols. You can get some utility to make something happen and give Bolts an opportunity to pull off a play here with the M4. We are really starting to hit the tipping point, I think. Before, everything was recoverable. It definitely looked like Big were on top, but it wasn't out of the realm of possibility. But now is where we can see them put some serious daylight between them and the opposition. Of course, want to take this quick 2-0.
Yeah, 2 more rounds here on the T side, and then I don't see much hope for MIBR to come back at all. Oh, that molly as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's going back into the molly. What a play. That was perfect. Great utility usage.
Did they see him, or did they just suspect that he was in the position? I couldn't tell.
I think it's just in case, honestly, because there was the smoke down, so unless they had someone on silo who spotted him, but I don't think so. It is a position that's been played a few times. I think we had Yell going there with the APA points, so I guess expecting them to maybe do it here with the weaker weapons as well. Ooh, Denoco. And Ball sees a little bit of a shard to maybe take a couple of players with him. They line up. Okay. And he actually serves as a distraction to allow Cello also to step up for a frag. Does eventually fall to Xanthars, but he's given his team the man advantage.
This might be one of the only situations that we've consistently seen Big have issues with, is that fight outside when there's rifles at long range. Now Denoco gets a kill. Xanthars is going to have to pull off the clutch. The bomb is dropped. He's going to drop it before Kelly spots the player. Doesn't get the kill, though. Denoco a 3K to secure round number 4 for MIBR. A round that was desperately needed. He can even retrieve the AWP. Denoco's having a nice game. He's a player that a lot of eyes are on because he's the newest addition to the team. But he's doing well. Considering the circumstances, he's 11 and 8. We've seen him have consistent impact. They're having him play tough spots as well. Solo holds down towards lower. Playing around the hell peasant position. That's tricky to do. It's tough. I am impressed.
Yeah, he's given it his best shot anyway. He did have a much slower performance on Dust 2, so see him at least be able to give some individual level is good, despite the fact that MIBR do need a lot more overall. And, well, Cello, he's also delivering. Up there's the top fragger, I believe, now. SHZ and Yell, both also taking frags pretty much simultaneously, and suddenly Tabson's alone. He has creeped around towards Hell, so he's in a position that may not be expected, but they should be at least cautious. Although, as I say that, there is a player just sprinting back in. Is this going to be a free kill for Tabson? There's the op here as well. Two of them. Oh, he's going to take the knife. This is so greedy. No.
He just jumped. He jumped right next to him.
Doesn't even know. Oh, God.
Yeah,
the second player in the position is known also. This is... Oh, God. I don't even know. He could have gotten the 2 kills. He wanted the knife. It ends up playing out like that in such a weird way. I don't know. It's going to kind of BM without intending to BM. Well, maybe he did by the knife, but... The bomb in the open. That's the main issue. Not shot by Bolts. He's gonna seal the deal. I'm sure Tabson can't get away with anything else. But that one, yeah, that one was strange. As you said, he must have thought it was his teammate having to back down or something at that point. Like, what are you doing? Get off my head. I'm not in your head. Wait, what? Obviously, he didn't even manage to
when
quite
you're an
get
opera,
on the
you're
head,
zeroed in. You've got a teammate who you're assuming is watching your back to some degree. Oh, no. Oh, that's
I think
just
that would
rude.
have had Yell screaming and shouting.
If he'd been knifed? I don't know if... I think the
Just
shot
the
probably did
surprise
just as
there
well.
in general. Yeah. He's very like, what? How? Of course, the op was salvaged, so it's not a big deal. They're coming in towards the last couple of rounds of the half no either way, and while they wouldn't have a great economy to fund the buy in this next round, if this one does go wrong, it is, of course, just the half investment we're seeing from Big. So on paper, MIBR should have this, and then still with a chance to come back through with 7. It's not terrible if they can manage to actually get up to that point.
Not at all. Big possibility now. They just have to deal with the Deagles, and we can know the Big is ferocious with them. It's no easy feat. Tizian will get caught before they see a player, but Zantares answers it back. Not just a no-go. Down. He got himself the rifle, so that was in fact back with the aggression towards radio. They'll back away from it. Hold lobby control for the time being. Yell should have outside lockdown. I'm not sure exactly. Well, looks like he's playing around the blue box in towards garage. Yeah, so he should have this relatively locked down. Doesn't have vision on the silo jump, so they could come over and mini on him. But he's got a lot of information for his team. That gives them some security to play with. It gives them some comfort. He doesn't have to worry too much. It is Tamsin, though, who now has, well, had a rifle. Gets deleted. Yell hits the shot. That's important. The rifle's now out of play. Zantares was apparently content to play with the Deagle, so he did give that one up. He's going to keep going. They got control of hell. Pressure's coming in towards outside, but they're running out of clock. 40 seconds on. Searson, big kill on Bolts. He's got a road in. There's still a player. Mini, though. Yell. Oh, come closer. Secure the kill. They got into heaven. It was expected. There's a trade, a drop, a bomb plant. All right, some money made here. No ability to deny this. It's going to be tough to play. So, Akito will attempt. Good tag damage on a Yell. He faces forward into the fight. Most players would hide, but he's wary of heaven. He wants this kill, and he's going to get it as well. Clinical cannot line up the second. Cello comes out on top. We'll be able to retrieve the AWP, retrieve a kit as well, and get this defuse. Ooh, stop retrieving, man.
Damn.
So you're looking for more.
Get on that defuse eventually. Yeah, no, he almost had me popping off my chair right there. Not gonna lie, it looked like we were perhaps gonna have that clutch come in. A fantastic one-tap on the player in main. He was just dedicated to staying in position there despite it being known, presuming that the player in main thought he would move around and try and force the fight elsewhere, but that didn't happen. Of course, MIBR do get the round, but they weren't even against the full buy, so I don't think they'll be incredibly happy about how close it was. Thankfully, it doesn't actually impact their buy here, so it doesn't matter on an economic sense. It's more so maybe just the confidence that could be bumped a small bit, or knocked a small bit by it, rather. But yeah, everything is there that they could ask for. The 7th round, as I said, if it goes the way of MIBR, is a fantastic recovery of the half. 6, honestly, not even bad considering how it was looking earlier on, but I would still like to see them get this one more. Not a great start, though. Searson has gone ahead and caught Yell outside. He was pushed up around the blue box, and, well, as soon as he goes down, there's no one else watching mid, so Searson's actually just going to pounce on the opportunity to take that secret control. And in the meantime, the rest of them are pushing up on ramp, so we are going to have that B-split coming in. We seen, though, Janoko had been boosted up. This might not be expected. He also has a player back towards Hell who can give some assistance.
Kind of wild that Searson's the one guy down here now. Looks like they might want to go to an event drop to group up with him, since there's no one really here who can do much of anything about it. They have the smokes for it. On comes the hit up top, or at least the fake for it. Second vent peek comes in. Kill is there for SHZ, but he can't get away from it. The trade is decent, and now they go down the vent. Now they're going to go to group up with their AWP. Bolts is not going to be given an opportunity here from in Mustang, and there's 2 players. A nice molly, but that forces Tabs into the fight. Danoko is up to the task. Top player to duel for sure. He takes a second as well. He's looking for more. Tizian to silence him. But Tizian is very low indeed. Bomb will be planted. There's an HE on Bolts. Is he in position to throw it? He is. Nade comes in. That's a kill.
Oh.
Boom. Dusted. All onto Zantares now. B2 as Bolts creeps forward, and Cello will catch him from the decon door. Bomb will be defused. This round is claimed. MIBR close the half with 7. When we come back, we see if they can close it out in a second, or whether Big will find the momentum once more. And we're back and ready to go with half two here on Nuke. A very slim lead for Big, but considering they were on the T side, perhaps that's enough. MIBR looking so much better here. Despite the fact that we really didn't know anything about how they were going to be playing. Now they're on the T side. Now they've got to mount their own plans of attack, and that is going to make things somewhat challenging, team. Looks like the early object of their affection is going to be ramp room. They're moving with a blob of 4 en route. And there's 2 defenders ready to take them. Searson and Zanteres should be prepped, and on comes the hit. Meanwhile, we've got to do a lot outside, but there's actually a 3rd defender here, so this is a big read from Big. First kill goes in. We should see more. Zanteres is popping heads like they're overripe grapes. There's no problems here for him, and this setup is perfect. Only 1 casualty taken. That's Thompson outside. Everything else is a massacre.
Yeah, Saracen had just been chilling in the corner the entire time. Zanteres was taking the kills on his own, and yeah, they were obviously fully focused in on Zanteres at that point, allowing for the 2 players at ramp to just clean things up. I was gonna say MIBR, yeah, we did see them have a much better performance overall, but it was in the latter part of that first half when they really picked it up. They had a slower start, and it's something we need to remember here as they lose the pistol. If we could see Big again managing to get those early rounds and building up their money, then MIBR it might have another tough time trying to crack through that money and through that economy. But yeah, the pause is in. MIBR themselves realizing that things are getting quite a bit out of control. Oh, we are playing Nuke now, finally, according to the radar. That's good.
Oh, that's nice. It's always unusual to see a team take a pause in the 2nd round. I mean, presumably coming out of the half, you kind of know what you're going to do in the 1st round. You kind of know what you're going to do if the pistol's lost. Unusual to see a team go, all right, well, we lost the pistol. What do we want to do? Might speak to the fact that they're less experienced on this map, that they don't typically play it. They're like, all right, do we force buy on Nuke? You didn't get the bomb plant. What do we do here, guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you don't have a specific plan in mind for these force buys as well, then a lot of time it can be better to maybe not go for it. But yeah, I mean, they're just going to give a rush. We know that's more than capable of stealing away one of these rounds on Nuke. And, well, so far, the trades, they are equal. It could be a lot worse, and, well, it's getting a lot worse. Thompson and Xander is there to clean up. The M4s reign supreme, and despite the 2 casualties for Big, it's not something they're too worried about. They can make up for it here in this round.
Such a promising start, and then it instantly evaporates. Walk on a site, get 2 kills, and then poof, the round is gone. It's a magic trick. The magician in this case, well, it's all a Big. Just Photoshop them with little magic hats, wands, colorful handkerchiefs. This is a picture I have in my head now. I'm trying to take you all along on a word journey with me. Cello is having a nice game, 16, 7, and 12. Curious about the ADR numbers on that, but he is performing. Zanteres, meanwhile, close by, 17 kills himself. Tabson enforcing the law outside. 3 huge picks. And what little chance they had in this round with the Eagles, well, it's gone. So much dust in the wind.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a lot of hope anyway. We've seen, as I said, some good nade damage coming in on Yell, and, well, we're getting Thompson in this round, apparently. He actually gets dinked himself. That seems to have just angered him more than anything else, because he's staying here just as aggressively waiting for that player to now show himself again. He was ready for the punish, but, yeah, not going to get the chance. His teammates, instead, they want a little bit of the pie, and they'll take a slice each. 11-7, 4 rounds in the difference. We did see Big obviously having a pretty big lead back on their T side at one point before MIBR were able to recover it up to that 7-round half. But they need to get it going here on the first gun round. Otherwise, Big on the CT side, if they start going in the same form, then I don't know if MIBR will be able to do a lot to stop them. No off for Yell. But they have pretty much everything else. They're not lacking nades, at least. Oh, Saracen, don't give him the chance again. And oh, he will, but Saracen misses. Very difficult shot to hit, to be fair. Only showing a bit of the shoulder for a few seconds. Well, for a bit of a second, rather. Good nade, though. Not bad.
A little bit of damage there. I got some control up in towards the ramp room. Making the play outside. Looking good for Big early on. Love that nade. From the site.
Yeah, I was
up on the side. Doesn't catch anyone, but I always love seeing it. Just a very upsetting nade when you do get caught from it. It's never one to expect. Nuke will work his way down in towards Secret, so now they've got a lot of ground. They've got a lot of ground to cover. It's going to put pressure onto Zanteres. He's ready for them. Molly comes over, though. That's going to make his life difficult. Thinking about playing with an HE on site. Where does he want to go with this? They could still go up the vent. They're not committed as is yet. They still got some control outside, but Searson's going to start to take that away. Big op shot, drops a body. There's still one player here. That's Bolts. Sticking around, lurking around a little bit. And there's a player on top of the silo, so he might get caught. Can Bolts get away with this? I'm not sure. Meanwhile, the hit comes in. They seem to be aware of his presence. Certainly he's about to die. I'm just looking at the dots on the radar. Cello, meanwhile, dropping bodies on the site. He's cleaning them up. Bolts has been revealed. There's only one player down here. It's got Cello to do all of the work. He's lost his teammate, and he will get caught from Searson in the rattle. There's no way to escape. Big up 5 rounds. All the momentum in their favor in the second half.
Yeah, kind of shifting back now. MIBR not going to be able to stabilize themselves yet anyway. I mean, only 2 players could afford the full buy. It wouldn't be worth the risk at this point, and probably just going to spend the small amount they can afford. Some pistols. A few nades so far actually coming out even before the pistols are upgraded. So again, the goal is try get that bomb down, make it a costly round for Big. The economy at least isn't in an amazing place for a couple of the players, but even then, Xanthar is sitting at 7,600. Tizian and Searson would obviously have loads to rebuy as well, so it is looking to have to be at least 2 gun rounds in a row for MIBR to break down Big, and then really start building their way back into it. So there is that path right now, we can see it. But it depends whether they can keep that damage sustained through this round as well, because obviously if Big are able to keep everyone alive here in this one, then it's going to be an even further path, an even more difficult path rather for MIBR, an even longer one to try and actually get back into this kind of things. Oh, nice little spot. Was that the wall bang? No, I think it was the nade that actually connected. Another nade may even get some finishes. Oh, it was, wasn't it?
It was a tag with the block. It like 2 of them. That was insane. I think. I'm going to have to go back and watch the x-ray, but I'm pretty sure that was. Now we got the damage coming in, the kills coming in as well. Keto has a lot of responsibility here, but he catches Cello before he slips away. They've been denied the space. Big kill from Bolts, though. It's a chaotic round. Big reeling. But Keto's coming up the steps. No one's watching for him. No one is watching. They don't expect this aggression. He's going to be on their flank quickly, and he's already caught SHZ. Fortunately, Yell's gotten around the corner, but he doesn't have the health to take this fight. He's going to have to hit a brilliant Huandig. There's no time for a second, and he won't even be given the opportunity to pull the trigger. Keto has isolated the bomb, and he's taken what was a good effort from Bolts and neutralized it. An AK found at a 1v3. Keto looking to build an ace. He is in mini, so he'll be given an opportunity onto the site. Spot, but Keto cannot secure it. 34 seconds. Which will holding the angle pepper down from heavens on Terras will polish him off. Round 13 found, and we are just 3 rounds away from Big taking their place in the Katowice group stage.
Yeah, now you've even got Keto just plowing through them. He was a little bit behind on the frags on 10. He was like, I'm going to tie myself up with Tizian and Tabson, and he'll be hot on the heels, I'm sure, of Cirrus and Xanthar if he keeps up that level of play. Well, that's if he gets enough rounds, actually, because it could be quick from this point on for Big. If they take this gun round, probably up towards 15 then, unless the bomb goes down for MIBR. So it is do or die, basically, at this point for the Brazilians, and see what they can deliver. Oh, the nade stack. Yellow gets wrecked down to 4 health. I think it was actually only to 1. That was some serious damage, and SHZ is also not really having a lot of luck at the early moments, being tagged up heavily, I believe, being sprayed down towards 45. So yeah, great start yet again for Big. They always seem to be coming into these rounds with a bit of an advantage in some way. And we've got Tabs in there and a nice little hold up close on outside. That should let the rest of them focus more so around the bomb sites, and well, it's probably going to be needed. Are they just throwing the outside smokes right now? Yeah, they actually are. So perhaps they will be moving in this direction, which could be trouble for Tabson if it's a group of them, because he's not really going to have anyone who can give him any assistance. Oh, Saracen wants to go up above. This could work out. Oh, does catch one.
First.
Gets dinked on his way back. And is apparently on 22 health. I'm confused now.
With the health they've got. Wait, he's on 22 health? The bar's not matching it? I don't know.
Yeah, that was really
I'm confused. Whatever it is, he gets a shot before he dies. That's incredible. He is traded out by SHZ. I think it makes sense that he was, in fact, on 22 health. The bar is just getting a little bit confused there to match. We do have players low on the MIBR side. They are very vulnerable as they attempt to take this ground outside. If they come back in through many, Keto should have a field day, a feast. Spray down, and there we go. There's the first phase. Yellow's done. There's the attempted trade. 1, 2. Make it done.
Oh.
Bolts can't even get Keto before he swaps over, and Keto comes away with a 3K.
He thought you had the kill. He looked away. That was what happened right there. I told you Keto was going to be trying to catch up with them. Another 3K coming in on top of the quad kill he had in the previous round. So, yeah, not looking good. There was no bomb going down, but I think they can just about still salvage together to buy on the MIBR side. Probably go for it. Yeah, he looked away. Looked up towards heaven, thought he had the frag. That is pretty unfortunate, but even if he got it, there was still a long ways to go to make that clutch happen. So I don't think it is really the difference maker in the round either way. But yeah, 2 rifles, pistols then is what they pulled out. They've kept enough on the 4 of the players to confirm to buy in the next round. But already they're getting absolutely nothing for the investment that they put in. Keto and Kizzy are just having fun with it. It is basically done. Yell left on his own, a 1 on 5, and with still 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining in the round.
And really what this does is it puts you in a situation where, yeah, you're going to try for the clutch, but it just gives you 1 minute and 10 seconds to think about all the mistakes you've made in this map. This is serious point for big. Provided Yell doesn't go absolutely insane here. There's a player hopping in trying to go for the knife, I'd imagine. That'll be punished, but Tabson, well, it was the only distraction he needed to secure the round and to take it to series point. 1 more for big, and they are in the...
Oh, hello? I just lost Mike.
The crown. Did you? Do you have me again, Dean? I can still hear you. Maybe I can no longer hear you. All right, we're just going to go. I'm just going to cast. Looks like we've got this going on. Bolts going to take a kill, trying to keep his team alive here, trying to give them some sort of a hope. SHZ and Bolts are battling. And let's see what they can find. It's all onto the shoulders of SHZ, and the kill is going to come in there. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but Big have taken the round and taken the map. They are in the main event. They are in Katowice. We're going to take a quick break, and when we're back, we'll break down what's happened